While the Trump administration is highlighting its success in Iran, Democrats in Congress are pushing to rein in the president's authority. Tomorrow, the Senate is expected to vote on the War Powers Resolution, which would effectively halt Trump's war against Iran. The resolution would also need to be approved by the House and somehow clear veto-proof majorities in both chambers to actually go into effect. So joining us now to talk about it, Democratic Congressman Adam Smith of Washington, of course, the ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee. So great to see you. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Of course, this news is very important, and there is a lot at stake. Do you plan on voting yes for this War Powers Resolution, and why are you making that decision if so?
I do, and your reporting is correct. The odds of this actually passing are pretty close to zero. It may pass, but the president has the ability to veto it. We'd have to have 2/3 vote. But what I really want is I want the House and the Senate to vote directly on this war. This is, beyond any shadow of a doubt, a war which the Constitution says Congress is supposed to approve. It's the most momentous thing we can do as a country. We are elected representatives of that country. We should be on record, one way or the other, whether or not you support this war.
Secretary of State and, of course, the National Security Advisor, Marco Rubio, broke down the administration's many hats, as we know. He broke down the administration's objectives in Iran today again. Take a listen.
Iran is run by lunatics, religious fanatic lunatics. They have an ambition to have nuclear weapons. They intend to develop those nuclear weapons behind a program of missiles and drones and terrorism that the world will not be able to touch them for fear of those things. And this is the weakest they've ever been. Now is the time to go after them. The president made the decision to go after them, take away their missiles, take away their navy, take away their drones, take away their ability to make those things so that they can never have a nuclear weapon. That's why the president made this decision. It was the right decision. And the world will be a safer place when these radical clerics no longer have access to these weapons.
So I understand you want Congress on record to take this War Powers vote, but do you agree with the objectives that the president and the Secretary of State have laid out for this war?
I agree with the objectives. I don't agree that the war was the way to achieve them. And that right there was a focus on the nuclear program. We were told 9 months ago that their nuclear program was obliterated, was gone completely. Some of us argued about that at the time, but they said, no, it's gone. And now we've seen no evidence of where it's at. There is no way on earth that was an imminent threat that called for us to engage in this level of war that's already seen 6 dead Americans, countless, conflict has spread throughout the Middle East. All kinds of problems are created by this for a nuclear program that the administration has told us is miles away from being achieved. So no, I don't accept that stopping their nuclear program required this level of military action.
Can you give me a definition of imminent? Because we've heard Democrats using this term a lot to push back on the administration. Yeah. But to be fair, the administration has said they refused to negotiate. They offered them nuclear fuel for life for free. They said no.
I can answer the question.
But let me just give a little more background. And they offered that, and the Iranians said absolutely not. They had talks after the bombings of the nuclear sites. They refused to negotiate in good faith. And they've also tried to assassinate the president. So what does it mean, imminent threat? Do we have to wait until they're screwing a warhead onto a ballistic missile before we actually take it seriously, or are we allowed to have an offensive war at this point?
Yeah. Imminent means soon, okay? Weeks, days, months. And I want you to understand, yes, Iran had, first of all, they clearly have a ballistic missiles program that they were reconstituting. Again, nobody knows and no one has said where they were at on a nuclear weapons program that had been obliterated 9 months ago. So there is no evidence whatsoever that they were anywhere close to having a nuclear weapon. And to answer your question specifically, within months or even years, there's no evidence that they even made a decision that they were actually going to build a nuclear weapon. But again, this moving all over the place, okay, all right, well, they had a nuclear weapon. Well, that wasn't imminent.
They didn't have one, thank God.
Yeah, well, of course.
Are you opposed to the regime getting a nuclear weapon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So how do you, given the amount of talks over the last 30 years about this program, including for Democrats like Hillary Clinton, threatening to bomb the regime.
I've heard your arguments. I want to make a couple of mine.
Go ahead.
So we had an agreement.
How do you propose this we handle differently? Go ahead.
We good? Okay. 2015, we had an agreement to stop them from building a nuclear weapon. And they took down all of that enrichment, all of that stuff down way below where it had ever been. We tore up that agreement. And then they moved up to 60%. And then we blew that up. okay, I propose that we at least wait until we get a little further down the road before we launch a war in the Middle East that is now involving, what, 14 different countries? Hezbollah and Israel are back at war. You know, they're taking shots at oil. They're taking shots at infrastructure all over the place. So they were not eating where, I mean, how do I know it wasn't imminent? Because President Trump told us it wasn't imminent.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.